Hi everybody, I'm Jodi Reinert and this is my Stampin' Jodi YouTube channel. Welcome to season 7 of the Great North American Stampin' Show. We're so excited that you're here. We had a much needed and much deserved break over the holidays and we are back with an exciting new season and we're very much looking forward to kicking off the first episode with you tonight. Now, I have a playlist right here on my YouTube channel of the previous 6 seasons. So if this is new to you, make sure you click on that playlist and watch hours and hours of creative inspiration from the past 6 seasons. Now, you might be wondering why in the world I'm wearing a Burger King crown. We each have a crown that we wear when we are the winner for a particular week of this stamping competition. So my Burger King crown was given to me by my husband a couple seasons ago, and I just keep adding little jewels when I win. And so this is my special victory crown that I wear. So I'm hoping to wear it a lot this season. Before I jump in to show you the project that I have for you tonight, I want to tell you about something we are doing. All of us girls in the Great North American Stampin' Show are doing a retreat in a box. We did our very first one this past fall, a Christmas traditions retreat in a box. It was amazing. It was so well received, and we're very excited to bring you a new, simply lovely retreat in a box. So this one has different product, different projects, and we're just really excited to give you a little sneak peek tonight. So there is a sampler that you will make. So this is a quick peek at mine. The 8x8 sampler is what you'll make. And then this background here, these sheets come with what you'll get in your kit as well. And then I had a 12x12 frame that I put it all in. So there's that. We did 8 cards. I'm just gonna kind of show you little sneak peeks of these cards. 8 different cards, all the supplies, all the measurements. This tutorial is amazing. The detail, the photos, step by step. It's really well done and you will have no problems putting these projects together. The star of the show in this retreat is this gorgeous little box. So I'm not going to open it, but rather have you take a little guess. Go ahead and put in the comments here, what do you think is special about this box? Any guesses or ideas about what this box might do? We'll tell you more next week, but for now, tell me what you think is in that box. Okay, I think we are ready to jump into the card that I have for you tonight. It's a really fun project, and I think you'll find some tips and techniques that you haven't seen or tried before. So make sure you watch through my video and then click on the links in the description to watch Julie and Lisa and Lauren's, and then you go back and cast your vote to decide who wins this episode and gets to wear the crown next week. Now keep in mind, voting ends Sunday night, but whenever you happen to come across this video, we certainly appreciate your comments and your thumbs up, no matter when it is. All right, here we go. This is our new January to April mini catalog. And for today's episode, we are doing either layouts or templates from page 17. So we kind of want you to weigh in on that as well. Like, do you want us this season just to focus on these templates? Or do you want us to do like we've done the last couple seasons where we go through and choose a different page in the catalog and then we each create something that we are inspired by from those particular projects? So do you want us to move around in the catalog and choose different projects for inspiration, or do you want to just see projects made with these templates? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to get your feedback. So today I decided instead of one of the templates, I am going to go with this design here. Let me pull it in just a bit closer. So things you'll notice, there's a different pattern along the left edge. There's some squares in the center. They're a little bit cockeyed, which I'm not sure if I like that or if it bugs me. We'll see which way I end up doing it when I make this card. And then there's some twine down here. So I'll keep this handy. We'll pull it in to compare my final project and see what you think. Now, I am using the Lovely Arrangements stamp set and dies. These are amazing. They are some of my favorite new products and our Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box that we've recently announced features these products and all of the coordinating products that come with it. So we are so excited. And I don't know that the other girls are using this bundle for this episode, but I have been making so many things with it. I decided to use it for this card as well. So what I like about this stamp set, yes, you have some flowers and leaves, but you've got a great variety of sentiments as well as fonts and sizes, which always makes it very versatile and easy to work with. And then these dies are awesome. So you'll see this piece here, what that does, I'm just gonna show you a little bit, a sneak peek of a card I did for a class I'm offering. But do you see that background? That's what this die does. It just creates that little bit of a background. And then this one here is what this is here that you see. So it's just got some extra elements beyond cutting out leaves and flowers and then the little labels for your greetings. It's a great bundle. I would highly recommend this bundle. Okay, let's get started. I have so many layers here, like so many layers, and most of them, funny enough, are just white. But let's start building. What do I want to start with? Let's just do this first. So this piece here, you can look in the description for all the measurements. I'm not going to go through all of that right now, but I'm going to start with this piece and my Calypso Coral ink and this flower image from the Lovely Arrangement stamp set. So I am going to kind of do like a collage background here. So I'm going to just stamp, and with it being photopolymer, it's really nice because I can see exactly where it's going to stamp and I can kind of space it out the way I want to without overlapping, but yet still get it nice and tight in there. So like I said, it's intentionally going off onto the scrap paper a little bit, and I'm just making a background. You could use designer paper for this layer. That's what they did in the sample that I showed you, is just pulled in some different designer papers. But I wanted to show you a great way to kind of get that same look without having to have designer paper. Okay, I think that's good. It's pretty solid, but it's got some intentional space between. I think it's all spaced out pretty evenly, so I'm going to stick with that. While I have my stamp out, I'm going to take this random little scrap of, I should say this and this are both the thick basic white. And so I will stamp on each of those, and then I can get this put away. Now, this is going to go here. So let me kind of build so you can get an idea of what this is going to look like. So this will go over on the side. This is a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock that will go there. So again, pulling in the sample, you can see there was a different pattern of designer paper for each of those. I've got solid cardstock and what I stamped. And then there were those two squares. So I have Pecan Pie that I'm going to set here. And then I have two pieces. This is Petal Pink and then just this little strip of basic white. And that will go there. And then I also have some Lost Lagoon that I'm going to add some accents. So you can kind of see how it's going to come together. I went ahead and die cut this with the coordinating die that comes in the bundle. And so you can see if I set it here, you get a little bit of an idea of what I'm going toward. But there are so many little things I'm going to add to this card that are really going to make it special. So let me start with this big background piece here. We'll scoot this stuff off to the side. And what I'm going to do is take my Petal Pink Stampin' Blend, the dark one, and because I'm impatient, I am going to use the brush end. I probably should use the bullet end, and I may in spots, but what I'm going to do might surprise you. So you see this, you see the Stampin' Blend, and you probably are thinking, well, she's going to color in the flowers. Close. I'm going to color in the negative space. So all this space that I intentionally left between the flowers, that's what I'm coloring in with my dark Petal Pink Stampin' Blend. So I am just I'm doing this really quickly, like I said, because I'm just impatient. I like coloring, but like this is kind of a lot, and it doesn't take a crazy amount of time, but I just don't have the patience to use the bullet end and have it take even longer. And you'll notice I'm getting like right up next to the flower image, but I'm not trying to like get right on it because the blends being alcohol markers, they do bleed just the littlest bit. So I'm kind of going up. If I get crazy, which being that I'm talking and trying to color and do it kind of fast, I may need to pull in my color lifter. And that is just this fancy, it's not fancy, simple actually. It looks just like a Stampin' Blend. Where is it? It's just like this. It's just got white ends. And you just kind of push. It's called a color lifter. It's actually like a color pusher because you actually just push this alcohol ink that's coming out. You just push it away from where it went that you didn't want it. So, let's see if I have to show you an example. I'm just going to color and see how it goes. Okay, you can see, maybe, I got a little bit there on that petal. So what I'm going to do is just carefully take this and just push the ink back. I'm just kind of going over it. And it just almost like erases it. It's a little bit wet right now, but that'll dry and it'll just be white. So it just pushed it back where it needed to go. Now, this is not perfect, but it's good enough for me and anybody who I might send this card to. So I just think this is so fun to color that negative space because it's unexpected. I bet that you expected me to color those flowers with that Stampin' Blend. Coloring the negative space is an unexpected, fun little twist on that. So the other thing, so I'm going to slide this in and you can kind of see how that changes the background there a little bit. What I want to do is add a little texture to this piece of Calypso Coral. So I'm pulling in this new embossing folder. I do not remember the name of it. Look in the description. You'll see all of the supplies. But this is a new embossing folder, and I'm just going to stick this right inside and get that texture on it. Okay, so let me pull that out. Now, this is a lot of texture on here. It really has a lot of detail. So when I add my adhesive, I'm going to show you a little trick. Every once in a while, when I use my adhesive on something this embossed, when it's got this much detail on here, every once in a while it'll tear because I'm pulling hard, with my adhesive. So what I'm going to do is actually apply my adhesive right here on my card base. And this piece is the whole length of the card. So I'm just going to put adhesive all along the edge here. And then I'm going to take this piece and set it right onto that adhesive. So that's my little tip. If you ever have a piece that's really embossed, that's really got a lot of texture, it just helps prevent any tearing by just setting your adhesive or setting the layer down into adhesive. I have just a little bit extra here. I need to trim off. Must not have measured something quite right. Okay, now I love that texture and this layer with the negative space colored. You'll see there's some bleeding through on this cardstock. It's important to use thick basic white and to have scrap paper underneath when you use our Stampin' Blends. So this butts up right next to that strip of Calypso Coral, and then it will just go down onto the card base, and then it opens white as well. So isn't that fun with that texture, with the coloring, the negative? Love, love, love it. Okay, this little piece and this little piece, I think I can't decide if I want to do it on the sample. It's kind of cockeyed, but that bugs me a little bit. I think I'm just going to do it straight, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So this is going to go right across the top like that. I'm kind of just gauging the space so there's equal space on all the sides. And then there's just a little fuzz there. Then I'm going to pull in Hello Friend and Pecan Pie ink and stamp the sentiment with that. Go back and grab. So that's right there. That looks a little goofy. I must not have inked it. You see how the R and the I is not quite stamped evenly? I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to re-ink and do it one more time. How many of you do that? How many of you flip over a layer? Much better. People never know. because they're not going to tear apart the card. So if you need to flip it over and do it again, you go right ahead and do that. All right, this will go right up next to that Petal Pink layer. So you've got it like this, and then this can go ahead and get attached to the card base. All right, so we will add this. It's a little bit higher than center. Love it. Okay, now I've got this flower. If you remember, I cut that out in advance, and I'm going to pull in a couple of the leaf dies and that little strip of Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut these leaves. Okay, what I like about these leaves is this texture that you've got. Let me grab my tool and poke this out. This one got stuck a little bit. Look at the detail on the leaves. It like cuts where like the vein of the leaf would be. It's really fun and adds a lot of texture to that. All right, I'll set these aside so I don't misplace them. And then I'll go ahead and kind of put some adhesive here. And let's see if that's gonna be there. I'll just kind of set that down into it. Rest it here. This one I wanna do like over here a little bit. So I'll put some adhesive right here. I'll be able to scoot this if I need to a little bit. And then this will go right over it. Yeah, I think that's coming together really well. What I want to show you though is one more little trick that I think makes a huge difference. So I'm going to grab my dark Petal Pink Stampin' Blend one more time. And this flower, same thing, stamped in Calypso Coral on the thick white. What I did to get this is just set the die over it, cut it out, set it on there. What I'm going to do now is show you a little trick. Again, maybe I should use the bullet end, but I'm still impatient, just like I was 5 minutes ago. So I'm going up to, but not over, hopefully, the Calypso Coral line. Again, using that negative space and drawing attention to that, not going in on the flower petals themselves. Now, let's see if I can get this lined up. Let's see, right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the die over it and cut it out, and I think you'll be surprised what it looks like when I'm done. This pops out, and do you see the Petal Pink border? Isn't that awesome? Look at this one, okay? They're both really pretty, but look at the difference that makes to have that Petal Pink border. When you die cut, it's just a little bit bigger than the stamped image, and so it gives you that room to really make that flower pop by adding color. Now, I could take this after the fact and kind of go back in color. I just found it much easier to do after I stamped before I die cut it. You're just dealing with a bigger space, and I have all this extra that I didn't have to worry about squeezing it on that tiny space. Okay, so let's take this one that has that extra color and set a few dimensionals on the back, and then we will pop that up on to our card. And we'll just kind of set it like this. I love this card. And maybe I'm like over the Christmas holiday stamping, and so just these brighter spring colors I'm really liking, and the color combination of Petal Pink with Calypso Coral, and then just that pop of Lost Lagoon I really like as well. Now, to finish it off, I just want to add one of our new embellishments. These are Pearls of Beauty, and I want to add one of the big Calypso Coral pearls to the center of the flower. I'm just going to do one more little thing, and then I promise that's it. I'm going to take that brush in one more time and just color in the center of that flower just to draw your eye in a little bit more. And then we'll pop that embellishment right on there. Okay, that's it. The texture, coloring the negative space, having that color on the edges of the focal point there, and then of course the gem, the texture on the leaves, that pop of Lost Lagoon. I really like this card. I hope that you do too. Be sure to watch the other 3 videos. Cast your thumbs up vote for the one that you want to win this week's episode. And be sure to check the description here in the video for all of the details for our new Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box. It's going to be amazing. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.